Well, I saw a response about someone's dog eating their packer. I remember that story. And I have a similar story, but a lot worse. Oh no. So my dog loves fetch with pretty much anything, so she brought my packer to my mum to play fetch, and my mum doesn't know I have a packer, or at least she didn't. That was so awkward. Oh. I have Lisa Simpson on my t-shirt today. Despite the front saying not interested, I am most definitely very much interested in the topic of today's video. Hey Spuds, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Or your first video, I don't know, but welcome either way, and thank you so much for clicking on it. I hope you're going to enjoy your next 10 minutes. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but let's go with 10 minutes. Today, I am back doing one of my favourite things ever, which is reading some of your funny trans fails, stories, confessions, thingamajiggies that just make us all laugh at the trans experience, because it doesn't all have to be serious. I know it can be very serious sometimes and be a bit sad and very, very difficult, but there are little funny moments that can happen, things that are funny in hindsight, and I just love reading about them. And I love reading about you guys finding laughter in certain trans experiences, and just, yeah, let's have a smile together about trans stuff. Okay, are you ready? First one. On the high holidays at my synagogue, I used to go help with the children's services. One time while most of the kids were having a book read to them, one girl was sitting by herself drawing, so I went to keep her company and draw with her. Predictably, she asked if I was a boy or a girl. I'm neither. I tried to explain my gender to her, saying some people are boys and some are girls and some aren't either, like me. Oh, that's cute. She immediately responded with complete sincerity, I want to be a dog. I had to excuse myself because I could barely stop myself from laughing. That's so sweet. This just really highlights how little kids actually care. You tell them who you are, they'll accept you for who you are, as long as they've not been taught otherwise. I had to go to the RMV during the pandemic to get my ID before I left for college. I had to sign up online in advance so the number of people in the building could be kept to a minimum. On the website, it said minors could bring a parent inside with them, but adults should enter alone. When I arrived, a police officer, I feel like I know where this is going, a police officer was standing outside the building with a list of appointments. I checked in with him and he called me young man, which made me excited. Then he said, you can bring your mum with you if you'd like. I told him I couldn't because I was 18. He looked really embarrassed. Bless. Amazing that you got gendered correctly, but oh, oh, you thought you were a kid. Classic trans man story. Are you really a trans guy if somebody's not thought you to be at least 4 or 5 years younger than you actually are? When I shower, I usually wrap my packet in my clothes, and when I'm done, I wash it and put it back on, or in my closet if I'm not using it. But one time, I forgot it there, and my dad, that already knew I was a trans guy, found it when he kindly decided to put my clothes in the laundry basket. Oh dear. When he asked me what it was for, I didn't realise he was talking about my packer because I thought he saw my STP, so I proceeded to explain to him how my people use an STP. At the time, we weren't really comfortable talking about trans-related things, so even though my dad seemed a little confused, I didn't ask him why. It was only later on that I discovered that I'd been talking about the wrong thing, but I was so embarrassed I couldn't find the confidence to go to him and explain the misunderstanding. Oh, oh, that's embarrassing. Your dad just found your dick lying out there. Wow. Props to you for explaining anything, because I probably would have just been too embarrassed, avoided eye contact for the next month, and said nothing more than, hello, how are you? Don't want to talk about it. But I think it's great that you did have a chat with him, because maybe it was those little chats that helped you guys get to a place where you're more comfortable talking about trans things, and that is adorable, and packer stories are still the best. I'm a trans guy who started tea back in late 2018. My friends and family were all supportive, thankfully. Oh, that's great. And I have one cis guy friend who I joke about it with often. Cute. I went out to stay the night with him and some other friends a few months ago. I took my packer off in the bathroom and put it in my bag before I headed to bed that night. First thing the next morning, I asked him to pass me my deodorant out of my bag. Oh dear. His whole face turned bright red as tomato and he threw the bag in my lap yelling, do you just carry a dildo everywhere you go? Once I could stop laughing, I explained it to him and he understood, but now he jokingly asked me if I have the goods on me every time we hang out. Oh, that's really sweet though. Oh, just the awkward initially. But it's cute because he accepts it and now you guys have a funny story together and wow. That's great. I'm FTM, I'm out now, but I wasn't back when this happened. I was in my back garden and I was really bored, so I wrote my new name and then was here. I completely forgot about it and the next day my mum looked out her window and saw what I wrote. Oh. And then she asked who it was. I panicked and said it's my dead name, but I spelt it wrong. I don't know how I got away with it because the names look nothing alike. You told your mum you spelled your dead name wrong. Did she actually believe it though? That's the question. Or was she just like, okay, I see you're not ready to talk about this yet, so I will believe what you're saying. So I'm ftmpretty. This story happened before I came out. I was at a bar with some college friends for the birthday party of one of them. We were all guys and I was drinking lots of beer, so I had to pee several times. The first time I went to the bathroom, there was a guard who sent me to the men's room without a doubt. So yeah, anyway, on one of those trips, I went to the only stall to do my business. When I got out, there were like 5 of my mates at the urinals. They just look up, give me a nod with their head and keep doing their business. A nod with their head. So what else could they nod with? And keep doing their business. Outside at the sink, I saw other mates who saw me getting out the men's restroom. I was freaking nervous, but they were pretty chill about it. That is how they all kind of knew about me being trans before I came out publicly. That was one of the greatest days until now, and it went really great. That's cute. That is a very interesting way to come out, via public restroom. Your friends all peeing and then finding out you're trans. There's one way to do it. I'm glad that they were all chill with it. That's cool. Hi, I'm FTM and I used to stay at cousins and siblings' houses a lot. So when I was around 12, I knew I was trans but I wasn't out. I went to stay with a lot of my cousins at my sister's house. We were all talking when randomly my little cousin, who was around 6 at the time, asked me if I could change my gender. Would I? I panicked and just said no, and all of the cousins looked at me. I came out a year later, but they already knew and were just waiting for me to say it. Very supportive, by the way. That is cute. That's cute. I get the no, that's not me. What are you talking about? No, never. I'm so glad that they were all kind of like aware anyway and just waiting for you. It's great to have supportive people around you. Aww. So I'm FTM, and soon after I came out to my parents, I bought my first STP packer. I meant to say this earlier, but an STP packer is stand to pee packer, so it's a packing device, looks like a penis, and it allows you to pee standing up. But since me and my parents were new to this whole thing, I ended up getting one that was a bit too small for me, but I didn't know that. But one day, I think the same day I got the STP, we went to a museum. I'd never used it in public before, but I needed to go to the bathroom. This is brave. So I went into the men's room and tried to use the urinal, but the STP wasn't lined up properly. Oh no, I was too small anyway, so all the pee spilled out and went all over my pants. I then spent 5 minutes in a stall close to tears, scrubbing up my pants with toilet paper and soap in the hopes that they would dry and get the smell out so my family would never know. Did your efforts work? The story can't end there. What happened? Oh, bless you. Personally, I would always advise try using an STP device several times at home and master it before using it in public, because accidents happen. Don't think I've really heard of many people using an STP and not getting pee on themselves the first couple times. It's just a thing and it's okay, but it is embarrassing if it happens in public. I really hope you managed to get the pee out. I want to know. If you're watching, please comment. Okay, so this story takes place when I was about 12. I already knew I was FTM, but I wasn't out to anyone. It was springtime, so my mum took me to the hospital to get a flu shot. I was wearing very masculine clothes, as I always did. So we were waiting in line to get the shot, and when it was my turn, the lady doing them asked my mum about various health things to make sure I was eligible to get the shot. So she was like, has he had any sickness in the past week? And my mum corrected her and was like, no, she hasn't. But the lady didn't get it and kept calling me he, and I was grinning super big the whole time, and my mum didn't get why. After I came out to my parents several years later, my mum was like, so that's why you were so happy. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm glad your mum remembered that instance and was like, oh my god, that makes sense now. I love that story. Yay for accepting mums. When I was clothes shopping with my parents for male clothes after coming out, one of the ladies working at the store came over to me and said, the ladies section is over there, and I just stood there and said, cool, and went back to looking at guys' clothes. How rude. How oh yes, I'm lost in a shop. What the heck? Why would anybody think that they need to go over and tell somebody that they're in the wrong section, or that's where I assume you need / want to be over there, but you're not there, so go over there? No. If somebody is lost, they can ask for directions. Well, there's lots of signs in most shops. That's awkward. Good on you for staying calm. Well, I saw a response about someone's dog eating their packer. I remember that story. And I have a similar story, but a lot worse. Oh no. So my dog loves fetch with pretty much anything, so she brought my packer to my mum to play fetch, and my mum doesn't know I have a packer, or at least she didn't. That was so awkward. Oh, Oh, naughty doggy. Adorable, but naughty. Oh, that's so awkward. That is worse than the dog eating it. The dog just presenting it to your mum. Here is a penis. Now throw it for me. A couple years ago, I went to a summer camp for LGBT plus youth. An incredible experience, by the way. I'm so grateful. Oh, that was so cute. Anyways, I have this clear memory of walking to dinner and hearing someone yell from the area with the beds, "God damn it, Blair, stop leaving your boobs on the floor." That's the third time I've tripped. That moment will never leave me. That's the first boob one I've heard. I've heard a lot of packers being left. That's the first boobs that have been left on the floor. And we're gonna end on boobs tripping people up. That's a funny one to end on. That's all the stories and confessions for today. Thank you so much for sending them in. I love them. They're all amazing. I'm so sorry if I've not got round to saying yours yet. I am working my way through the pile, so some of you might have sent these in a very long time ago and I apologize. But yeah, if you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, but no pressure if you don't want to. Let me know if you do enjoy these types of videos, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.